know YouTube didn't already clock this. It's saying again, this is using other copyrighted music. So I just wanted to come on here with my morning drive message, which is I was listening to a podcast by Elizabeth April. It's easy for me to remember because it got April in there. And she was talking about our soul lessons, and really for us to understand that the soul lesson is about, we're not only learning for ourselves, but we're learning for others. I thought that was really something I think that we know we do. We mostly think that as twin flames, we are purging or transmuting energies for everybody, but we're not thinking about that like really when we're talking about the lessons that we're learning. It's not only for us, it's also for them. So as a teacher, when you're coming up there to the board and I have a student say, okay, demonstrate how you came with the answer for that problem. A lot of times, they're learning, they're teaching us about what they're doing and how they go through the process of answering the question. But at the same time, it's like, through their mistakes, you're learning as well. And we think more so that it'd be more intentional as far as us learning the lessons. But it's like even you by yourself, because of us solely connected from each other, that we are all learning through you leveling up. So you're really not, again, going through this alone. If you think about that, it's not only for you to learn the lessons for your twin, and that's most of the time, I think that's what we're thinking about. It's more so from I or a selfish perspective, but understanding that like when you're going through the things that you're going through, it's for the benefit of all. Rather you're talking about ancestral, rather you're talking about people living now in the 3D or in the 5D, how it's all benefiting. This is the new moon in Aries. So you know that Aries, from a following Aries, I can always give you the 411 on that, to understanding that with that you are really truly understanding that there is a newness that is being brought upon, that you're going to find yourself actually punching through. I see my co-worker, she's gone, and so you're punching your way through in order to and that's interesting I say punching, because again that Aries and that Mars energy is all about that we attack things. We don't wait until nobody gives us no thing. We make a way. That's because we're that cardinal sign. Cardinal signs is about initiation. So this is really about you. What is it that you need to initiate? What is it in those lessons that you need to really truly see? What am I learning? How am I helping others to be able to benefit and get the understanding of what needs to be learned so we can elevate as a collective? Is a thing that's going now where it's really these lessons are coming and we have to find a total surrender into what's going on. I know it's some things going on with me even on the job that I found myself to say, you know what, I'm really sick and tired, I'm gonna be honest with you, of hitting the panic button, going into full-blown PTSD on stuff that I'm telling you, you bring me these lessons and I really don't know how they really actually, I don't have no control over that. The only thing that I control over is things that I know, like helping the kids to learn, those things like that, on the job. But these other stuff that's coming on and these other things of lessons that I've taken on in roles on the job, they have as another form of leadership, is like out of my scope of control. And I had to really, really, truly find myself that I said, I'm not losing no sleep over this. I'm just really not, because I know that what it is, as long as it is what I'm doing, and I know I'm standing in my truth and in my belief, and it's for the love of others, to make sure that everybody has the ability to have choice, because I am about pro-choice. I think about the freedom and the will. If this planet is about free will, and it's based upon that even source will tell you, hey, I'm telling you to do it this way, but you know what, the house is always so pretty to me. but I still give you free will to go ahead and do whatever you want to. So again, if Source, the one that created this universe, gives us free will to be able to choose whatever we want to, then I think that we should also be able to do that as well, to have that choice, free will. So again, I'm still always going to be able to stand up for that. And again, so in this, what I'm doing in this role, if doing this, is about me really giving people an ability and an opportunity to make a choice of their own. And so through this, it's just like, again, this is two opposing forces that I'm dealing with. And so in order for that to happen, I'm standing in our truth. Now, us as light workers, we are coming to understanding that we're trying to show the world that, hey, it shouldn't be it's my way or the highway. Can we all win? That's what they just taught me. Say, can we all win? Can we all be winner? Buddhists always believe in that. Even if you have to argue with somebody, they say that always Buddhist belief is again that, you know, you're right and the other person is right too. They got a point and you got a point. We're both right. So we have to find some kind of way in order to find some kind of compromise. We have to understand that even with us in our lessons that we are learning and doing, that, you know, this is again is for the greater good. Understanding that, you know, like we talking about even in the soul, like she had talked about, some of these lessons we ain't brand new to. Let's be honest. If you've done any kind of past life regression sessions, or anything like that, you'll see a lot of these lessons are coming back over and over again. You're like, hey, I've been through this. A lot of times you have to remind yourself, I got the tools to be able to do this. I did this several lifetimes. Last time I made the wrong choice. I'm asking for me to tap into that spirit to be able to be dealing with the issue that's at hand now, so I can really truly get this soul lesson. And that's what you have to do. You have to ask for your spiritual guides and your team to help you to tap into those resources, because you already got it all. In order, and I always think about my mom said, in order for those problems to appear, that means you already have the solutions. And I feel like somebody needs to kind of like marinate on that. So in order for these problems to appear, the solution is already there. All you need to do is to tap into the resources within, or to ask Source to bring it very plainly to you. What is it that you need to be using or to be doing in this? Right now, my thing is to say is surrender. They're telling me just to surrender until everything start revealing. And as it goes along, I'll know through my intuition and my awareness what's the next steps that I need to actually do. And it's interesting, I'm having a little challenge in my eye, which is making it interesting that it then popped up. And I was like, okay, it's on my feminine side. And I was like, okay, now what is it that you don't want to see through the spirit? What is it in your being that you don't want to see? You're having a little problem in seeing it clearly. And so this is, again, your body will also try to give you clues to help you out too as well. We have to understand that we got to become more one with these lessons that are coming, instead of us fighting it, and just really truly surrender. Say, okay, what is it? Really almost going to the point to even seeing about what is the worst thing can happen. Okay, if that happens, hey, you know what? I'll deal with it. You know, that's another way of dealing with total surrender as well, because you know, that's why we're holding on so tight, because we don't know what may happen, the unknowns. It scares us. So again, like you say, okay, let's play the scenario out. What's the worst thing that happened? Okay, if that happened, hey, I will deal with that. Now you're taking away the sting, the hurt, the whatever, the power of that fear, because again, love overpowers fear. And so this is, again, it's about the love or whatever it is the love of you showing up. It's the love of you being here. It's the love of you saying yes to the lesson. I always say, get the lesson and get the blessing and get on out of there and move on. A lot of times we want to stay right on in there, talk about what the person's role did, what you did, what they ain't did right, what you should have did right, all that stuff. And that does not really happen. No, they ain't playing Get Down with the Genie. That's a joke. Anyway, so, you know, we just have to really say get down with the genie. I see what they're saying. Get down with the magic that the divine masculine energies can create in this world. Look at it with the things that have these gaps and these openings. Like Spirit told me, say that's where the magic happened, the unknown. Allow the magic, give it space for the magic to occur, to appear in what's happening. I don't know what's going to happen, but you know what? Like they say, I'm going to show up so God can show out, or Source can show out. That's where the magic is. I don't know where this is going to be, but I know I've done my part, and I'm going to let the magic and let the flow of my angels and my gods do the rest. That's what it means to be total surrender. We always been taught we got to be doing something. That's through your mom or your dad or your parents. They always showing you, you should be doing something. You got to be doing something. You know, and I know faith without works is dead, but sometimes the sitting there and not doing nothing, that's action. Sitting there and not doing nothing, that's action. That is action. The making a choice to not do anything and just to surrender, that's action. Why they got my little black cat there? Ooh, you so big, but you pretty. So we got to watch those thoughts too. That seems like when I see the black cat that gets in the way of us habitually thinking the same thing over and over again. That's what we got to cut it so we can be allowed for Spirit to really create that magic. All right, I'm almost near the job here. I just want to say thank you. I went back and I revamped my website for AshantiWellnessCenter.com. I'm getting more so it came to me and looking and reviewing at somebody else's site that looking and seeing, look like they done took up all these daggone spaces, ain't they? Yeah, is this space in front? Oh, no, it's like upside. No, okay. They moving out the way they going. She gonna leave you, goody. Oh, that's one of my parents too. Yeah, I get that space. Yeah, that's one of my parents dropping off their kids. Let's see, can I do that? Am I hanging out? Look like I'm hanging out. I don't think I can, hold on. I'll take a minute to fall in love. I think I'm off on the edge a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna risk it. They can still come out. Okay. Yeah, so again, I revamped it to specialize more into each area. Go in there and check it out, and I kind of reduce some of the prices down too as well, so you can be able to, especially when we talk about lessons, the past lives, some things are repeating over and over again because it's bringing to our attention the lessons that we learned in other past lives in our Akashic records. And so by doing this, you'll be able to see what things you need to change. I'll be there too. Okay, so do that. Go check it out. See about that. I got some sexual things to help you out as well. So check out all that stuff to see about specifics that you need help in the past lessons and how it's affecting you now. All right, as always, stay lifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago.